Ladies and gentlemen, this is JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
We're going to talk about The Boys Season 3, Episode 6 today. Herogasm.
Herogasm.
Spoilers alert.
Major spoilers ahead.
If you have not watched until Episode 6, please turn it off. Man, this was the best episode for me so far.
We talked about this last week. There was not a single episode that I did not enjoy, but this so far has been the most eye-catching for me.
Because when I first saw the title, Herogasm, and then I was midway through the episode, and then there's this orgy going on, I thought that's what it was about. But it turns out it really is a herogasm. So we get a superhero fight for real, and it was really, really good.
Because in the previous seasons, we've already seen heroes fighting other heroes.
Yeah.
But remember, there was that girl power moment.
Yeah.
Along with awesome. Maeve and Stormfront and Kimiko and everybody. But we've never seen Homelander being pushed to his limits. And this was the first time where he was truly challenged.
Oh, yeah. And then it wasn't some trickery or, blackmail. It was just pure 3-on-1.
Yeah, that's right. Straight up fight.
Oh, yeah. And I love how the fight was set up, too. And then, because, and before we talk about that, I also loved how this episode was, like, dramatically much more heavier than I anticipated.
Yeah.
There was a lot of moments where I gotta be honest, like I like A-Train's redemption arc a lot, because I think I said this last time. I dig A-Train. I'm not defending the guy. He's a POS for sure, but the difference between him and, like, I think he's reaching that Maeve situation. Yeah, because Maeve is also like that. We assume she probably did some dirty stuff, even besides the plain stuff. But I love the scene where he actually apologizes to Hughie.
And before that happens, we can see what was going through Hughie's head. He has that temp V shot up.
Yeah.
And if A-Train decides to be an asshole, he was, he was gonna take him to school.
But A-Train said sorry for real. That pissed Hughie off more.
I mean, it was not even like a half-assed apology. That was coming straight from his heart. He was truly sorry.
Yeah. I mean, like the hospital scene in the episode before with his brother, and now Ashley telling him how it is. You're POS, and then he just went for it. He was really sorry.
Yeah, he was being a truly decent human being right there.
Like finally being able to empathize.
Yeah.
And say, I know what you feel now. I'm sorry. And then Hughie had to knock him out because that pissed him off more. How dare you say sorry to me? How dare you apologize to me? So
that was a good scene.
Yeah. I like that moment. And then I mean, the side thing with MM and Starlight in the car sharing his past. That was
his story.
Yeah,
up until that point, we had received information that something happened to MM's family because of Soldier Boy, but we did not know exactly what happened. It only showed us just glimpses of young MM covered in blood and shocked. Yeah. But through that conversation in the car with Starlight, we finally find out what happens.
And the beautiful thing about this show is it shows how complicated human beings are, even when they're heroes. Because I kept remembering the line from the episode 4, I think, where Butcher tells a Wonder Woman, Maeve, that you just have nuclear erections. The V doesn't, it just makes you more of who you are.
It amplifies who you truly are.
Yeah, and there were good dialogues here. I also love the Soldier Boy moments before the fight. Yeah, like, because he's what we would call toxic masculinity walking around.
And it gave me, this resemblance of Peacemaker's dad.
Yeah.
From Peacemaker.
Oh, yeah.
Racist.
That's such a good comparison.
Male-centric, like super ego.
The moment he said, Benny's, that's how he got through D-Day. And then Hughie says, GPS internet, you made that shit up. And then, but we still get to, like, sympathize with him, though. Because I don't know, like, I guess he's an asshole, too, but he did come off as more genuine than Homelander. Like, because he tells Hughie right away, I had a blackout, and I'm not a bad person. it's the lie we tell ourselves too, ourselves, and that's
right.
like that was such a human moment. And don't get me wrong, he does fucked up stuff too, but. And then the writing I really love. I love the fact that the Payback team is getting payback from Soldier Boy.
A smart wordplay right there. The irony. And I like the fact. I love the way the circumstances unfold around Soldier Boy, because we see a heavy resemblance of Captain America when we see Soldier Boy. And remember, Captain America was asleep for 70 years.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of the stand-up comedians who said this, but the comedian said that Captain America is the most non-racist superhero because he woke up after 70 years, in the time when segregation was a thing, and then he has a black African-American commander who tells him to do things, and he just falls in line immediately.
Yeah, that's funny. But I'm glad they didn't do that with MM though. That scene with him and MM, I almost thought Soldier Boy was gonna say, "Who are you, boy?" I almost thought they might do that.
Like do that racist thing.
Yeah, but his line was actually colder because MM says, "You killed my family."
Which one?
That's his first response.
Yeah, which one?
Yeah.
I killed so many.
Yeah, it's just like countless. And in Soldier Boy's defense, he doesn't know if he's a criminal or whatever.
That's right.
He's just like, he
has no information on MM.
Exactly.
So it's understandable.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that he didn't kill him like the moment he threw that spray, that can of, what was it, Halothane?
Yeah. No, but that scene was good. But that brings up the question though, like, does he have any weakness? Because I thought they assumed that was his weakness from the videos.
That's
right?
why he prepared the Halothane, because MM studied the videos of his experiment from the Soviets, and he thought that Halothane was his weakness. But somehow it's not working.
And like Soldier Boy, first of all, that actor was fantastic. So handsome, even the voice and everything. But what I liked about him is he's a complete toxic masculinity moron, possibly, but he's so fearless. I love, like, even it reminded me of the flashback too when the Payback team was being attacked.
Yeah,
I remember Soldier Boy being actually competent at the fight.
He was being a soldier right there.
Yeah, and then he threw the guy, and then when Grace shot the guy, he gets a nod like, "Thank you." So, and then even here, I loved his lines. He's like, "Boy, you think you're strong? You got a cape on." And then the writing was so good because he uses that cape later and then puts
to
it
smash him on the floor.
Yeah. I dig the character so much that I wish they don't pull they don't do the Stormfront thing.
Yeah.
I want to see like some new character survive. But I'm also, after watching this episode, I have a bad feeling that one of the main characters are gonna die.
Yeah.
We talked about this last time, right?
So some of them has got to go. And after seeing what happened to Kimiko, I was thinking that maybe Kimiko was gonna die there, trying to save Frenchie. But I'm surprised that she managed to survive.
Yeah. I think that brings up a good question. Is her power coming back, or like I feel like
I was kind of confused because the hits that she took were so brutal. I thought those blows were gonna end her life, but somehow she managed to survive. So. And after that dialogue between her and Frenchie, I'm thinking maybe she just doesn't know it, but maybe she can bring the power back on her own will.
I feel like there's a hint to what brings up the power. I feel like even Soldier Boy is a good example. Remember in the motel room, every time he gets angry, the radiation...
Yeah, the Geiger counter clicks crazy.
So, and even Butcher, like, his power comes from rage. So I feel like this is just a prediction, but I feel like Kimiko and Frenchie is going to pay back little Nina, right? But Kimiko is going to get angry after what she said about Frenchie. And I think when she gets into the rage, the power gets back on. I feel like the rage part is very important here. Because every time we see these heroes, like, at least this season, I feel like the emotion part is really important. And I don't know, like, this is just my speculation with very little facts, but I feel like that may that may happen. And another thing that we have to talk about is like Soldier Boy blacking out.
Yeah,
one of my theories is the Russians intentionally like mind fucked him that way.
Or maybe it's just a side effect of something else that they were trying.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe they were trying to... I'm not exactly sure that, that beam thing was supposed to be Soldier Boy's original
that's
powers.
possible, yeah.
Maybe the Soviets somehow infused that skill into him, but he doesn't know it. And maybe that was so that the Soviets could control him and use that power whenever they needed to.
Yeah, because I think you're right, because I definitely think the Russians designed him to be an anti-hero weapon. And I just don't know whether that blackout is intentional in the Russians' parts, because, think about it. If you have a hero, it's like a terrorist attack, right? He doesn't know. And then when they click the song, they can make him just do the trigger thing and just wipe them out.
And another thing that questions me is, remember the moment when Hughie and Butcher, they pin Homelander down?
Yeah.
And
awesome
they were
scene.
waiting for Soldier Boy to use his skill. I think his chest was lighting up.
Yeah.
So in that case, he was trying to use that skill intentionally.
Right.
So it kind of confuses me where that power comes from.
I think he can do it, because remember, when he first came out, he shot at Kimiko.
I'm not sure if, although, yes, he did shoot Kimiko, but I think he was actually trying to escape. He was trying to shoot the wall, but Kimiko was just in the way.
Okay.
And I think maybe even in that moment, he was kind of blacked out. He was unconscious of his own actions.
Maybe. But I think both are true. I think he can activate it, because even in Crimson Countess, remember, he shoots it intentionally.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that was intentional.
But the thing about the blackout is, when he's not blackout, he aims for straight beam, right?
Oh, that's right.
But remember, the first blackout in Midtown, it was explosion 360 degree all around. And then this time, it was just a sweeping attack, because he had no control over himself, but it's 360 degree. So it's like a intent to kill everything. So I just know that we don't know what's going to happen. I know that's going to be a big thing in the next 2 episodes coming up, because I think that may happen in the wrong time, and maybe it'll kill Starlight or whatever, because that's a casualty causing weapon. And another thing that I'm worried about is the absence of some people in this episode, because they've been talking about Maeve being gone, right? I don't think she's dead, but I just think that something bad is really going to happen that's worse than death to her. Like, she's going to be brave, whatever. And then I feel like Neuman's going to get like her uppance too. Like, because we didn't see her daughter after she gave the V, right?
Yeah.
And the daughter's not here. So I think the daughter will appear in later episodes, but I think Neuman's going to watch her die or something. Because having V doesn't mean you're invincible. Other superheroes can kill you. So I think...
And remember, Neuman popped a lot of heroes' heads too.
I'm not just guilty as hell. I just know that, I think a lot of people will agree with me. There's something big, tragic thing is coming up here. Like, they're building up so much, because remember, this is this was a climax. I meant that as a double meaning, but 6th episode, but they're gonna have a bigger fight. So I feel like next episode is gonna be build up, but episode 8 is gonna be huge,
because this in previous seasons would have been the finale.
Yeah. All right.
And another question is, where did Noir go?
Oh,
where did he go?
Oh, that's such an interesting, because we still have the question of how much function does he actually have?
Because so far, what we had seen so far of Noir was that he was very mysterious. We're very unclear on how much he comprehends and what goes through his head. And he so far has been very neutral about everything. But this time, the moment he hears that Soldier Boy's back and killed Crimson Countess, we can tell that he dives straight into action.
Yeah. No, he's afraid.
Yeah.
No, that's fear, because he immediately removes the chip. I just wonder, one of the best thing that may happen is if we hear some dialogue from him for the first time. That'll be shocking, because think about it. We seen him in episode 1 where he giggles over the phone when the news break that they were made up in the lab, and then in episode 2 we see him as basically the attack dog for Stan Edgar, and then we get a direct confirmation from Soldier Boy this time say, Noir wouldn't take a shit without Vought say so. But I'm just wondering, like, how much is he doing it for the loyalty to the organization?
Yeah, and
or self-preservation?
What's his deal with Soldier Boy?
Yeah.
Did he really betray Soldier Boy?
I think so. I think there's something going on there because I don't think the twins were lying. I felt like Crimson Countess said "fuck you," and then the twins were afraid. They were more cowardly. So it was all Noir's idea. So that's a fascinating thing. So we can guess that Vought wanted to get rid of Soldier Boy. So the question is, did they sell Soldier Boy to the Russian themselves, or did they feel like they can't capitalize on him anymore? He was dead product, so they wanted to get rid of him and then start a new like hero family, whatever. So that's interesting. And another person who was absent in this episode, Edgar Sand. I bet my bottom dollar that he's coming back big time.
Big time.
Yeah.
He can't just go away like this.
Oh yeah, I love the idea of like the Shadow King still having power.
Because we knew from the moment he stepped out that Homelander was not going to be able to handle all the business. It's just a matter of time before he breaks down.
Oh, now that you bring that up, we have to talk about that scene with him talking to the mirror.
Oh yeah, the monologue.
Oh yeah, that was such a great scene. Man, that Anthony Starr can act. And then it was like he's just a child inside, and we see it for all the glory.
Yeah.
Like he said, "Hey, Tiger," he's crying. Yahtzee, say it. And then he's like, I want everybody to love me. And then he mentions all the names that he fucked up, by the way. He's the one who fucked them all up. It's just, and I love the line where you'll be pure if you remove your human self. You'll be marble. Basically saying that you'll be like a Greek god statue.
Yeah, that's right.
But oh no, in the scene,
end of the episode, we can see his bruised face.
Oh yeah, the god bleeds. It gave me a lot of Superman v Batman vibe.
Batman.
Yeah, because Batman says, "Do you bleed?" Oh yeah, and then he definitely bleeds. So, I wouldn't mind Homelander getting his arm ripped off or a leg fucked up, because he has it coming. And one more thing, I love the scene where he's so happy to see Starlight,
and we can tell that he's very isolated.
Oh yeah,
and he's a very lonely man. But this time, his feeling of attachment to Starlight was genuine.
Oh yeah,
that's what made it so funny, and we can still see that Starlight was intensely repulsed by his attempts.
It's like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, why is he not? It's like it gave me I remember season 2 line where Hughie says to "Hey, Butcher was nice to me." And then gets immediately worried. What? So it gave me that vibes because Homelander being nice is like a tiger eating a bunch of carrots. It's like confusing to other people.
There's no way he's gonna be nice.
Oh yeah. And the Deep continues to be our comic relief.
Yeah.
He finally fucks the octopus.
And we can see that all the teammates are walking away from Homelander, and this is why Homelander's probably feeling desperate for like a true friend. And we just know that Deep, in the end, he's gonna betray Homelander.
Oh yeah, something's coming.
Something's coming.
Another thing we haven't talked about is also Ryan. I think Ryan will also reappear, and then there's gonna be some dramatic stuff going on in episode 7 or 8, because I don't know. I think Ryan might. You know what would be fantastic? If there's a scene where Homelander is killed by both Ryan and Butcher shooting their respective laser beams.
Oh, that would be.
Yeah.
That would be messed up and awesome at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's true justice right there.
Ryan spending his childhood killing his biological father with his adoptive father.
Yeah,
that is so messed up and tragic and beautiful awesome at the same. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Imagine them doing it and Butcher looking at Ryan like, "Fuck yeah, thank you, Dad. Fuck you killed my mother." No, because I love the Ryan actor. He's done a fantastic job, that kid actor. But I would like to, because remember, even the 3v1 showed me that Homelander is still strongest.
That's right.
Yeah.
He managed to get out with his own powers, with no luck or anything. He was pinned down by 3 superheroes. like mighty ones, and then he managed to escape.
Yeah.
And that also gave me that deja vu of what we saw with Stormfront. Because remember, Stormfront was also pinned, outnumbered, and then eventually she flies away.
Yeah, definitely. But I think they're setting that up for another fight where, because Homelander knows what he's facing this time, though. Because individually, he can still kill all of them, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, even Soldier Boy, like, you had me for a minute there, right? That was a good line.
Because just before Butcher intervened, he had it under control.
Yeah, yeah. And then even Hughie, like, he popping in, and so... And there's a lot of limits with Soldier Boy's laser power, too.
Takes time to load.
It takes time to load, and you got to aim for that. And, you know, Homelander... I almost felt like Homelander could just take one by one and throw them in the sky. Because I want to see that scene. I love that scene in X-Men prequels. There's this devil superhero who can teleport.
Oh, what's his name? The one with the German name.
Yeah. So what he does is he teleports
into midair.
Yeah, and then drops the enemy. I almost felt like Homelander, now that he knows what he's facing... Like, he can use his flying power more creatively. Yeah. Because I felt like he was overconfident here. He stepped in like he was going to laser everybody. But first of all, laser don't work. And then Butcher shoots his own Kamehameha. So that was a
shot with lasers.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
that was such a good reaction. Like, complete confusion.
What the fuck just happened?
Yeah. Oh, and... that also brings up a good question. I want to ask your thing. I feel like Hughie and Butcher are gonna like keep their power. I feel like the Temp V is like a drug.
And the hint here is that I agree. That could happen because we know that this drug is still not finished with all the testing.
Yeah.
It's still in its testing phase, and we have, I mean, even Vought still has no idea what kind of side effects it might have.
Yeah, there was goo coming out.
It might have like a lasting effect on people who take Temp V.
And I love the scene where they're taking it. It's straight up like they're taking drugs.
Yeah, like junkies.
Yeah. I wish Soldier Boy would have said something. What the fuck is going on? Like some old timer joke about how funny that is. Yeah.
Because, you know, remember the movie Gran Torino?
Yeah.
That works.
And there's also a big conflict with Starlight against Hughie.
Yeah.
Now, we saw that coming, right? You and me. It was just something building up there about saving her. And I think...
And Hughie, it turns out that Hughie had been feeling emasculated all along.
Oh! I think I know what's going to happen in episode 8.
What?
I think there's going to be a civil war.
Oh.
Like a hero off.
Just like in the Marvel.
Yeah! I feel like Maeve, MM, and Starlight as a team.
And I think Victoria Neuman is also going to join that
team.
That's
going to be awesome. And Hughie, Butcher, and Soldier Boy at this team.
The toxic masculinity team.
The toxic masculinity
and the insecure emasculated insecure man.
Everybody with bad father relationship on this side. Everybody with a good heart on this side. And you know, this episode also proved that like Starlight is only the real only superhero in this whole show. She gives a shit. And then that Neuman scene, like you know, this is why this show is so good. It brings up like real life events because Starlight is definitely Britney Spears. Like it's like a Britney Spears redemption arc. Like because time machine back. Give baby one more time. We had that song in prior episodes, right? So the show is, this is so brilliant. This is why the show is so brilliant. Its critiques are very subtle.
Yeah,
it's definitely criticizing a lot of masculinity issues, and there's a lot of woman empowerment here, just like the season 2, but it's done so very convincingly and tastefully. Because even Hughie, after he said all that like masculinity bullshit, I still fell for my man Hughie though. Like it's
understandable.
Yeah, because you're surrounded by death and mayhem all the time. Everyone's stronger than you, and then you have your girlfriend who's overpowered. Like you know, I feel like that's like an honest feeling like a lot of guys will have. You know,
because men don't usually like women with power.
Unfortunately. Yeah, and that last scene was unexpected. That before we ended, that last scene where she just confesses to everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like the naive Annie will lose still. Because remember, like, I don't think Vought ever loses. Like,
and judging from the last scene of this episode, I think Annie's gonna die.
Oh man, you think so?
Yeah, I think she's gonna die. The moment she posted that video on her social media, I think it's like signing her own death.
Oh yeah.
Because Vought is not gonna like that.
So maybe Hughie watches Starlight dies, and then that's the trigger for him to actually become like completely immersed with V. Because we like we said, we don't know what's gonna happen, right? And maybe that's when they really turn superhero. Because I don't see a season 4 where Butcher and Hughie doesn't have superpowers. Because that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, they up the ante themselves. So there's no reason for that. Oh, another question is A-Train alive?
I think he's gonna survive.
Yeah.
I don't think he died right there. I'm pretty sure he's gonna wake up in the next one of the next few episodes in the ER room or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would love him to be on Team Hughie on the Civil War.
And remember, they have trackers. So if Vaught's gonna track him down, they're gonna rescue him.
Right. Okay, this is my prediction. Episode 7, I think there's gonna be a dramatic scene between Noir and like Soldier Boy. I'm hoping for Noir to say something funny.
Yeah, he's gonna say something.
Yeah, and episode 8 is gonna be the hero off, like 4v4. And then I would love to see A-Train like take Hughie's side, because if his redemption arc is complete, like, he has to side with Maeve, because he caused Supersonic to die.
That's right.
Yeah, that poor guy.
And he didn't really even have to snitch. Why did he have to do it?
Yeah, it didn't get him anything.
Yeah.
Like,
so Homelander is gonna respect him now? No, he still thinks he's a piece of shit.
oh man. But my favorite sycophant is still Deep. I love, and then there's a conflict between him and his wife. They kind of hint at that, right? Like he resents that. So we'll see what happens though. Hey, so far, before we end it, this episode, what final thoughts?
If I rate the episode, this would have been the most awesome of them all.
Oh yeah.
I especially liked Butcher's expressions when he was fighting against
Homelander.
Homelander. You remember that crazy grin?
Yeah, smirk. It's just
what the fuck's up now, son? That look.
You know what that is? It's a Happy Meal with a fuck you on it. He's like, fuck it, times it's a hamburger face. And there's such glee in that's the best part about Butcher, like there's so much glee in his like violence. Like he enjoys it. Like really, like even in like I think he enjoys causing pain. Like he's definitely something going on there psychologically. Like that's the part I guess where Grace said you're just like your father is. He knows that he has that evil side, but it's just there. He just loves, like, even when he was killing that gun guy,
the gunpowder thing.
Yeah.
That's his name.
Yeah, I agree with you. This episode has been so smart. I even love the title. This Herogasm. Yeah, it was a definite climax with heroes fighting at the end. Yeah, Jesus, so smart. I can't wait for the last 2 episodes. I mean, it's been awesome. It's been awesome.
Absolutely.
Anyway, we're going to have a 5-minute break, and we're going to talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right.
6th episode was done. We'll see you in a bit. Thank you.